Hi, my name is Kevin Taylor, and I'm a Division I athlete at Sacred Heart University. I'm in my first season of wrestling as a freshman, and I'm enjoying it a ton. Wrestling has been something that's always been a huge part of my life. And today, I want to examine the impact that wrestling has on all wrestlers' lives down the line. There is a variety of impacts as it teaches us resilience, determination, hard work, teamwork, and a variety of other traits. Now, wrestling is something that's been around forever. The oldest form of wrestling dates back to approximately 15,000 to 20,000 years ago in France, and the sport has evolved greatly since then. There are all new styles of wrestling, such as folk style, freestyle, Greco-Roman, and so on and so forth. But all these styles, regardless, teach you the same core factors, and they help build you up for life, and I'm going to go in depth on that now. Now, the four traits that I want to talk about that wrestling really instills in its athletes are resilience, determination, teamwork, and a strong work ethic. And I'm going to start with resilience. Resilience is the ability to get back up after you're knocked down. There are many, many obstacles you're going to face on the wrestling mat and in life that you have to be able to overcome. You just have to be able to push through and drive through it. And wrestling does a great job, I think better than any sport, of preparing you for that aspect of life. Because there are so many obstacles in wrestling, whether it's talent, skill, injuries. And I think injuries is a huge one to talk about here because it's a perfect example. Every wrestler has been injured at some point in their life, and every wrestler has to overcome that injury, that obstacle. I can speak from personal experience, and so can any wrestler that's wrestled. Personally, I've broken my collarbone, broken my arm, sprained my wrist, sprained my ankle multiple times. I've popped my shoulder out of its socket, and I've just done so many things. I have tendonitis in my knees, wrist, elbow, bursitis in my knees, and it's just, I have back injuries, back spasms, back issues, and it's just, wrestling has taught me how to overcome all this. Now, the biggest thing that I want to point out here is my back issues, because I was hit by a drunk driver, as was my mother, and I was in physical therapy for months, because this happened Memorial Day weekend during my baseball season in high school, as I was a two-sport athlete, and I got hit by a drunk driver, and it turned my world upside down. My back was a stress case, which was very close to fracturing, so they told me I had to stop wrestling. Now, I didn't listen to that. I thought I was smarter than them, and I went to Bucknell to wrestle, and I wrestled 12 matches in 3 or 4 days, and my back, I couldn't even walk after it. My back was just in so much pain, and I had to go to physical therapy, and I had 4 months till my wrestling season. And I didn't want it. It was the last thing I wanted to do. And I knew that we were a really good team and we could do something special that year. So I worked hard and I got after it in physical therapy. And after 4 months, I finally got back on the mat. And I trained my butt off for the season. And it's just a testament to hard work, I think, and resilience that the sport taught me. Because of all that, because of everything that I overcame to get there, we ended up winning a state championship. And it was the best feeling in the world. And resiliency isn't just with injuries. It's with a lot of other obstacles too, but it's something that I'm going to take with me for the rest of my life. So I think that's my take on it, but there's also a lot of other wrestlers who have dealt with similar things. Now I'm going to turn it over to Spencer Lee real quick because he is an Olympic medalist, 3-time NCAA champion. So he has a lot of accolades and he's an amazing wrestler. And I think that this is a more extreme case than anything I've just mentioned of resiliency with injuries.
Days ago, I tore my ACL and my other knee. I'm wrestling with no ACLs. And, whatever, man. I didn't want to tell anyone because F excuses. Excuses are for wusses. And you know what? That was a tough turn for me. I could barely wrestle. I could barely shoot. I can't sprawl. But you know what? I believed in my coaching staff and everyone that believed in me. And here I am. So there you guys go.
Now, if that isn't a perfect example of resiliency, I don't know what is. But that's not the only trait that wrestling brings to the table. That's something that it'll help you for the rest of your life, but so do these other traits. For example, determination. Now, I don't just want to sit here all day and talk about myself, but these are 4 traits that wrestling has really helped me with. Now, with determination, this is something coming from personal experience that has been huge for me. Because my sophomore year, I had 3 wins and 14 losses. And it would have been easy to take the easy way out and just quit the sport or find something I was good at. But I worked really, really hard. And come my junior year, I had 27 wins and 13 losses. And then my senior year, I had 35 wins and 8 losses. Went to the county championship, won the county championship. We won a team state championship, and I fulfilled my lifelong goal of qualifying for the state tournament in Atlantic City, as well as getting recruited to wrestle as a Division I athlete. Now, that's something that wouldn't have been possible without determination. I had to work day in and day out to get better. I went 3-14 to 27-13 to 35-8, and we won a state championship. It's incredible what you can do when you put your mind to it, and that's something that wrestling's really helped me with throughout the years. Now, to speak on that determination, this is just a picture that shows me winning my first ever county tournament. And this is me and my teammate Gavin who won our county tournament. But more importantly than that, this is our entire team winning the team section of the tournament. The reason this is so important is this is our first time to win it as a team in 34 years. And it's because of the determination and work ethic and everything of our entire team. Our whole team contributed to get a huge win, and it felt amazing. It's incredible what you can do when you're determined and you believe in yourself. But another factor that comes into that is teamwork. Wrestling is known as a very individual sport, and that's because it is. But there's also a team aspect to it. You're working day in and day out with your teammates to get better as a team. And that comes in play while there's a lot of individual glory, such as being an individual state champ or an individual national champ, and this and that. There's a lot of individual aspects. There's also the team section of it. You can win matches as a team by individuals doing their job and winning their match. This happens when teams have good camaraderie, good work ethic, and I don't think there's a person better to speak on it than me, because in high school, we did win a team state championship, and that was because of the camaraderie and the brotherhood that we formed at Ridge. Now, these are all pictures of my team celebrating after we won our first state championship in 38 years. I want to make this known because it's important how much teamwork can do for you. We were not a perennial powerhouse. We're not a team that wins a state championship every year. We're not even a team that was looked on like we were going to win a state championship this year. But the motivation, the determination, the work ethic, everything came into play, and especially the teamwork. There's so much I learned from working with these guys that I'm going to take with me for the rest of my life. And it's because of the teamwork and the camaraderie and the bonds that we had and the determination to get better that we won our first state championship in 38 years. And we accomplished a lot along the way with it. I earned my first Wrestler of the Week. And this was our team's first as well, as it's a recent accomplishment for sealing the match, for winning the winner-go-home match to win the state championship. That was something that was amazing for me, but more importantly, our team, we won NJ Team of the Year. We were ranked in New Jersey in the top 20 for the first time in a long, long time. And it's just amazing what you can do when you have your team behind you and a good determination and great work ethic. I also, alongside 3 of my teammates, made it to Atlantic City to compete for an individual state tournament, which had been my goal ever since I was a young kid wrestling. I've begun working with my teammates at Sacred Heart to create these same memories and the same team bonding experience. As you can see from this video, I'm extremely passionate about wrestling, and I love what I'm doing at Sacred Heart and at Ridge. And I just wanted to kind of encompass it all in one, because it's 2 different teams with the same goals, same aspirations, and the same values. And that's because wrestling builds these values up in us. Now, the last thing I wanted to talk about was work ethic, and I've touched on it a lot throughout here. The reason we won a state championship at Ridge, the reason we had all those great memories, is because of our work ethic. And we had great teamwork, determination, and all of us had resilience. It builds a great team culture as well. Our culture was so good at Ridge, we dyed our hair blonde together because we won our first state section, and then we decided we were going to dye our hair blonde, and we were going to bleach together to kind of show unity, and it was just something fun for us to do. It was a great experience there, and I know I have many more ahead at Sacred Heart, and I'm really excited for that. I'm not in too deep here yet. I'm early on in my first season here, but I love what's going on. I love what the experiences I'm creating with my teammates, and I love seeing these same values and sharing these same values with the people around me. These values that wrestling instills in you, you don't find anywhere else in life. So I'm very fortunate that I have people around me that are like-minded, that have similar aspirations as me, and I love what's going on. I love this sport, and I can't wait to grow more as a person and as a wrestler. So thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it.
He's running out of time. Taylor cuts him free. 3 seconds left. And Taylor will win 5-4. And for the first time since 1986, the Ridge Red Devils will win a team wrestling championship.